In your dream, you just blurted out one line, "Married women are the best." And the very next second, you, lifelong single, wake up reborn in the body of a total scumbag, a straight-up domestic abuser. Yet somehow he married a famous rising actress, and she even had a cute little daughter for him. But once the honeymoon phase ended, she got fired out of nowhere, and he decided it was all because he married this bad luck woman. Like she ruined his career. You can't help but curse him out in your head. What a bastard. Right then, the mom and daughter, fresh off being beaten, are shaking on the couch. Xiaoxiao is holding the kid tight. When she sees you staring at her, she instinctively hugs Meng Meng even closer. Her eyes are filled with tears. It's not like she never thought about taking Meng Meng and leaving, but she's an orphan herself. And all the money in the house is controlled by this devil. Seeing how terrified they look, you let out a long sigh. Well, guess we deal with it as it comes. You slowly stand up and turn on the light. A warm orange glow fills the room, lighting everything up. Looking at the mess in front of you, you scratch your head, totally speechless. First, you open the windows to air it out, and quietly start picking up the empty bottles. Xiaoxiao stays curled up on the couch holding Meng Meng, but there's a flicker of surprise in her eyes. You don't rush over or bother them. You just grab a towel from the kitchen and start wiping down the table until the whole place looks spotless. By then, you're drenched in sweat, so you grab clean clothes from the bedroom and head into the bathroom. Xiaoxiao stares at the closed bathroom door, and her tense body finally loosens a bit. She looks at the room you cleaned up, and her eyes are full of disbelief. What is this demon trying to pull? Mom, I'm hungry. Meng Meng looks up at her with big round eyes. Good girl. Mommy will cook for you in a bit. Xiaoxiao pats her hair and whispers. She can only wait until the devil falls asleep. Then she can cook something for herself and the kid. Right then, the bathroom door opens. You step out. The mother and daughter on the old little couch flinch and shrink back. You shake your head. You don't say a word to them. Just open the door and walk out. Xiaoxiao freezes. Her eyes go dull with despair. Is he going out to buy more booze again? Still not drunk enough tonight? So me and Meng Meng are gonna go hungry again. She bites her lip. Her face turns pale. Tears won't stop falling. Mommy, don't cry. I'm not hungry anymore. Meng Meng thinks it's because she said she was hungry that her mom started crying. She quickly reaches out her little soft hand, clumsily wiping Xiaoxiao's cheeks. Xiaoxiao keeps biting her lip, and her tears fall even harder. After a long moment, she finally whispers, trembling, "Good girl. Mommy will rock you to sleep, okay? Once you fall asleep, you won't feel hungry. Tomorrow morning, I'll get up early and make you something good, all right? Okay, Mommy, don't cry." Xiaoxiao softly hums a lullaby, gently putting Meng Meng to sleep. Watching Meng Meng's eyes slowly close, Xiaoxiao thinks about everything that happened these 2 years after marriage. Her heart aches, and she finally decides, tomorrow she's leaving. Leaving this hell, even if she dies out there. It's better than being tortured to death by this demon. Suddenly, the sound of the door lock clicks. Xiaoxiao, still lost in her thoughts, can't help but tremble again. She instinctively covers Meng Meng's ears, quietly listening to what's happening outside. You push the front door open. Without thinking, you look toward the couch, and you freeze. Did they go back to the bedroom? But they haven't eaten yet. You stare at the food in your hands blank. After thinking for a second, you set the food on the table and walk toward the bedroom. Xiaoxiao's body is still tense. She hears your footsteps, slowly getting closer. In her head, she's praying you don't come in. But the next second, there's a sharp knock at the door. I bought you guys some food. If you're hungry, come out and eat. I'm sleeping in the side room tonight. Hearing that, Xiaoxiao's eyes snap open. Then she hears your footsteps fading away. The bedroom goes quiet again. Only Xiaoxiao's nervous breathing echoes in the room. Meng Meng somehow opens her eyes. She clearly heard your voice. She stares curiously at the closed door. Today, that stinky dad didn't come sleep in the room, and it sounded like he bought food for us too. Just thinking about food makes her hungry again. She swallows hard and looks at her mom with hope. Xiaoxiao lowers her head and meets her daughter's expectant eyes. In the end, she forces herself to be brave. Tiptoeing, she quietly walks to the door and opens it. The smell of food from the table hits her immediately. Her eyes go watery in an instant. He actually bought food for the two of them. But facing this sudden kindness from the devil, Xiaoxiao doesn't feel happy. She feels fear deep in her bones. Why is he acting like this? What does he still want from her? Meng Meng, barefoot, runs over on her tiny little legs. She peeks through the doorway, and her eyes light up. She starts drooling without even realizing it. But she doesn't move on her own. Instead, she looks up, wide-eyed, waiting for her mom. Xiaoxiao helplessly closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, then forces a small smile. She picks Meng Meng up. Good girl. Let's eat quietly, okay? Meng Meng nods fast. Of course, you hear everything from inside the room, and you sigh again. After that sigh, you start thinking. When you bought the food earlier, you realized there's only a little over 1/800 left in this house. Yeah, we need money. A moment later, you sit up straight. Your eyes light up. How did I not think of this sooner? This is a parallel world. You get excited, grab your phone, and start scrolling like crazy. After a while, a grin spreads across your face. This world really is just like your memories. Its pop culture and entertainment scene are totally different from your old world. Even those cringe bubblegum songs can top the charts here. You grip your phone tighter, your mind racing through old lyrics. Classic songs start popping up in your head one after another. And the more you think, the more you can't stay awake until you finally drift off. The next morning, 6 a.m., you quietly open the door and step out of the bedroom. The table and kitchen are spotless again. She must have cleaned it after eating last night. You stand there and think for a second, then quietly go wash up in the bathroom. You know, Xiaoxiao usually doesn't get up to cook until around 8, because the old you always slept in past 10, only after you finished drinking. Could the two of them eat whatever leftovers you left behind? You sigh again without thinking, and hurry through washing up. Xiaoxiao is actually already awake, but she doesn't dare go out. Then the sounds outside stop. The door opens and closes again. Xiaoxiao presses her lips together, staring at the bedroom door, wondering what he went out to do this time. She waits and waits, no movement. She glances at Meng Meng, still asleep beside her, thinks for a moment, then forces herself to get up. She opens the bedroom door and steps out. The smell of alcohol in the air is faint now. Fresh air pours in from the window, and it actually smells nice. It feels unreal. She hasn't smelled anything this clean in a long, long time. She walks over to the window and looks out at the world outside. Without realizing it, she just stands there, stunned. And only then, she remembers she's only 24 years old. After who knows how long, The door opens again. Xia Xiao jolts back to reality, her whole body tensing up. She slowly turns around, stiff as a robot. And you awkwardly freeze too. You didn't expect her to be awake already. After you washed up, you realized there were no groceries left. So you went out and bought meat, veggies, and rice. Both of you just stand there. And now you finally see your wife clearly. She's beautiful. Prettier than most influencers and celebs from your old world. But she's way too thin. Her face is pale, like scary pale. Probably from no sunlight and being malnourished for so long. Seeing her like this, you feel hurt, angry, and insanely awkward. What a monster. Having a wife this beautiful and treating her like that? I deserve to die. Morning. I'm gonna go make breakfast. You break the awkward silence first, and rush into the kitchen with the groceries. Xia Xiao can't believe what she's seeing or hearing. He actually said good morning? And since when does he know how to cook? She quietly watches your back as you work in the kitchen. A huge wave of bitterness hits her. She bites her lip hard, eyes slowly turning wet. What is this, pity? A random guilty conscience? Right then, Meng Meng wakes up. Maybe she couldn't find her mom, so she runs out barefoot. The second she steps out, her little nose catches the smell of food. She turns and stares at the kitchen with big eyes. And of course you notice the little one too. You grin at her. But Meng Meng gets scared and quickly hides behind Xia Xiao. You rub your nose helpless. Not long after the food is ready, you look at the two of them still standing far away, all stiff. Go wash up, then come eat. Meng Meng is clearly swallowing her saliva, but she still doesn't move. And Xia Xiao looks terrified. Staring at the whole scene, you were actually kind of hopeful. But seeing how defensive they are, that hope sinks straight to the bottom. You go quiet for a second. Then sigh again. You two eat first. After that, you walk into the side bedroom. Xia Xiao doesn't move. She watches the side room door close, then looks down at the hope in her daughter's eyes, and she sighs too. Meng Meng, go wash your hands and eat. On the table is millet porridge you made, golden and inviting. There are 2 side dishes and a small bowl of steamed egg. The moment Meng Meng sees the steamed egg, her eyes instantly light up. Mom, did Dad make this for Meng Meng? Xia Xiao gets stuck, not knowing what to say. She looks at her daughter's hopeful eyes, and in the end, she nods. Meng Meng's eyes get even brighter. She can't wait. She scoops a spoonful of egg custard into her mouth. It's the first time Dad has ever cooked for her. It's so good. Xia Xiao just eats quietly. Inside, she's torn and completely lost. Her eyes drift to the tightly closed side room door. Meanwhile, you sit at the desk in the side room. You're honestly starving, but you know they're not ready to eat at the same table with you yet. You shake your head and push those thoughts away. Then you pull out your phone, open this world's version of Douyin, and delete the old account with a few thousand followers. You register a brand new account, and out of habit, tap into the trending list. The next second, you're browsing it together. What is this trash? Since when did winging it last minute become a flex? Songs this shallow can top the trends? You've got a plan now. You dig through the desk and pull out a few sheets of old dusty music paper. They're things Xia Xiao left behind a long time ago. You spread the paper flat on the desk, and your pen starts flying across it, staff lines and notes. Back in your old world, you were a songwriter and composer. Now you're just moving work across worlds. This kind of thing is easy. In just a short moment, a complete piece of music appears in front of you. You can't wait. You dig a guitar out of the closet, sit upright at the desk, guitar in hand, and take a moment to get into it. Then you close your eyes. Your fingers brush the strings, and the guitar sound spills out of the room. Xia Xiao, still quietly eating, suddenly freezes. He can play guitar? No way, that guitar is hers. She knows he can't play. At least, he never could before. So what is this now? As the guitar continues, your singing slowly comes in too. I'll take you away. I wake up from crying, watching the night wind pass the windowsill. Can you feel my love? When the day comes that we grow old, will you still be by my side? All those vows, all those lies, drifting away with the past. Xia Xiao is even more stunned. Her eyes are filled with disbelief. Even Meng Meng, who was happily eating, gets pulled in by the singing. She stops her spoon midair and looks toward the closed side room door. Her big eyes blink and blink. Meng Meng tilts her head, staring at the door, thinking, Dad's voice is so gentle. Even if Xia Xiao has never heard this song before, she can tell it's on another level. Such a beautiful melody. She can't imagine it coming from a devil until the next line hits. So many people once adored your youthful face, but who would bear the ruthless change of time? How many came into your life? And do you still know? If I have you in this life, I'll stay right by your side. Hearing this, Xia Xiao can't hold it in anymore. Her shoulders start trembling softly. Tears drop one by one. 2 years, a full 2 years. Every single day, scared out of her mind.